Hello everyone, my name is Olay Ceesay. I'm the younger sister to Alhagie Ceesay, one of the Gambian-born U.S. citizens who went to Gambia with his best friend Ebou Jobe in 2013. I have never done a Facebook Live or speak on the media, as I am a very private person. However, that does not mean that I have not done what I could in the fight for injustice behind the scenes. First of all, I would like to extend my condolences to all those who have lost loved ones and will never see their loved ones again. But I feel the need to do this video, especially for Nehar and and my Baji, the wives of Alhagie, Mahmoud, and Ebou Jobe. I also feel the need to do this video for me as part of my healing process. And also for all the victims, I will urge all of the victims as part of their healing process to begin to speak up and share your pain. We are now one family that share similar experiences and pain, and we are here for each other, and we will get through this. Over the years, we have received different reports that they are still alive, but majority of the reports were that they're no longer with us. For over 3 years, this has been a roller coaster agony that we have to go through. At this time, my family deserves closure. We want to know if my brother and his friend are alive, or if they are no longer with us. Some of the experiences that we had to go through, like for instance, last year, when the prisoners were being released, my family had very high hopes. We had high hopes that they will be released. I remember a friend of mine, a very good friend actually, got information from someone that they will be released. I believe the prisoners were being released on a Friday, and we were told that there was issues with their passports. So I remember my mom waiting, because she actually do listen to all the online radios, and she actually have a laptop, and she had all the online radios on the different tabs, just waiting. We waited for hours and hours, and of course, they never came back. They were not released. So we went through the weekend hoping that, okay, maybe because of the passport issues, they will be released on the Monday. The Monday came, they were not released. We were still hopeful. Tuesday, Wednesday, they were not released. We decided to put our heads down and just continue to fight. The fight that many people have started fighting way before, the likes of the December 30th, the likes of Solo Sanding, and many others who their only reason for fighting was for a free Gambia, where it doesn't matter which political party you support, it doesn't matter what tribe you are. They were all fighting for a Gambia that we all will be proud of one day. And we decided at that point that it was not time for us to reunite with my brother and Ebou. So we continue having hope and fighting. Throughout this whole ordeal, I'll say my mom, my mom has been extremely strong, and she has always been hopeful. But yesterday, as I spoke to my mom, her voice was down, and she sounded different. And I asked her if she just heard some news, and she said in Wolof, "Amatuma yakar." And she followed those words with, "But if they're no longer with us, it's hard, but I'm willing to accept this. I'm sad I'm willing to accept it, as that is what Allah has bestowed on me, and as a servant of Allah. Allah says you'll be tested, and she's willing to accept that test. And she says if they're no longer alive, as their lives were taken by someone else, she's happy that at least they will be in heaven. These were the words of my mom yesterday. She finished it with, but your dad is still hopeful. He doesn't want to hear otherwise. However, today when I spoke to my dad, I said to him, the news that we've been getting has not been very optimistic. And he said also, I'm also beginning to have my doubts. But we will continue looking for them. And his exact words was also, but if they die, we will know that they're at least in heaven. And the painful thing is not because they're dead, because we all know what we're waiting for, since death is inevitable. The hard part is not knowing whether they're alive or dead. You cannot give on your kid if you have even 1 inch of belief that they might be alive. So I'm making this video today to plead with the following. We are not implicating you in any way, but we believe you have crucial information that can help us locate them dead or alive. Bori Bojang, Usman Bojang, and Pa Bojang. We hope you understand the pain that we are going through today. We are strong, and whatever the case might be, we will take it. So we pleading with you to please come forward with whatever information you may have to help us end this suffering for the entire family. I'm also urging the following people who were employed at the time of their arrest in this government. These people being Yankuba Baji, Amadou Diouf, General Sol Baji, and Usman Sonko, to come forward. As their arrest happened under your watch, you're obligated to talk to the authorities on what you know about Alhagie and Ebou. We are also pleading with all our Gambian brothers and sisters in the security systems, or anyone who have any information, to please come forward if you have any information to help us end this pain. I am sure all of you have parents, you probably have wives, you probably have kids, you probably have family, just like we do. I want you to think of my Baji. I want you to think of Nehal or Auntie Rohi putting their kids to bed, and the kids asking them, when will daddy come home? Sorry. When will daddy come home? Why doesn't my daddy want to come home again? As a parent, what will you tell your kids? What will you tell those kids? I'm pleading with you to please put yourself in our position to try to imagine the pain that we have already gone through. Think for a minute, if your loved one, your wife or your husband or kids, went missing for 72 hours, just think, you go through the first 24 hours, you may be wondering what is happening to them. Are they being tortured? Are they eating? Are they sick? Hopefully you can go through that first 24 hours, and the next 24 hours you wake up again, and you probably hear news that they're no longer alive, but you still have a glimmer of hope, because you heard so many other stories of people declared dead, and they eventually came back to their loved ones. You grieve for the next 24 hours. You get up again, and this time the news is they're not dead, they're actually alive. You are joyful for a few hours, but then you begin to think, and they may tell you they're not dead, but they're sick. And you begin to think, how bad have they been tortured? Did they cry? How painful was it? Then you begin to feel angry. You begin to feel angry at them. Why did they live their comfortable lives? Then you also begin to feel angry at yourself, why didn't you do more to make sure this never happened to them? You then begin to feel guilty that you're still alive, whilst your brother and his best friend may or may not be alive. They may be going through hell. Sometimes you wake up and you think, why them? Why not you? But you still have to go through the life. It's a type of guilt that can eat you alive. So I'm asking all of you out there, I want you to take these 72 hours that somebody goes through and multiply it by up to 3.5 years. That's the pain. That's the hell that my family have been going through. And I hope if anyone out there that has any information to please help us end this pain. We're willing to accept if they're dead, because we know that's the end for every one of us. But it's the pain of not knowing, are they dead or are they alive? So I hope that anyone who has any information can please come forward. And my daughter has a few words to say. You want to come back in?
I miss my uncle very much.
You can look in the camera.
Every day I hope that he'll come back. Somebody please come help us find out where he is.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye.